All right, welcome to Language of Luxury for this week. Today we're going to talk about essential pages for a luxury website. And anytime you have a luxury website, this is your brand that you're putting out there to the world. So it needs to actually be exquisite and have some real basic elements to it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And your luxury clients, or the people with those high net worth individuals that are going to be attracted to you, are going to check out your luxury website, and they're going to make a lot of judgments based on what they see there. So some of the things that we want to do is on our title page is, what's that content going to look like? Also, it needs to be visually stunning. When they bring up that website, it needs to be something that's actually just not something where you put it together with one of the little box websites or something that they see online. It has to be something else. Another thing people don't think about, it needs to be mobile friendly. Some people put together a website, and when they bring it up on their phone, none of it fits right. So it's not mobile friendly. So that's something that also needs to be done. Another one is because they're cutting corners, it may not have high quality images or videos. They may be downloading pictures from freepix.com or something of that nature. And sometimes those pictures don't have that high definition, and they're going to feel blurry as far as some of the medias that they come across. The other one, it needs to have a captivating tagline. And what we mean by that is all search engines go through and they will actually run through your site. And by having that tagline, it's going to help you in different searches that they have. So if it's luxury real estate, you need to make certain your tagline is actually dealing with that, and also what you're going to be talking about in that, so that Google can bring that up in proportion with that. Another one is have clear navigation options. There's nothing worse than you're trying to find how to get information and it's not readily available on the screen. I've got one website of a company here that you've got all the menu options across the top, but when you want to find this one part of it, you had to go down to the middle of the first page and click on it. Then it was a sub menu after that. So it wasn't clear. You would think it'd be up with the other menu items, and it wasn't. The next part is your service page. Now, your service page, you're going to actually talk about what product or service that you're actually giving them, why it's unique, what's your unique selling proposition that you're giving. If it's a luxury real estate experience that you're selling, then it needs to show that you do have that, or you've got a selling experience that is going to take care of those folks. And how do you convey that message? And again, that goes back to the professionalism as far as what it looks like, as well as being very purposeful. Also, a detailed description of your services. And again, go back into your high-res images, and also consistent branding. You don't want to confuse them by having different odd pictures of different things, and it's not consistent all the way through with the same type of, if they're images that you're using for branding purposes, or if it's say you're using luxury houses that maybe are on the coast and you're centered in the Midwest, that wouldn't make sense either, because they're saying, well, wish we had some beaches in Tennessee, because those pictures on that look really nice. So keep it consistent with your branding and stay with that. The next one on your brand story, put down your mission, vision, and value statement. This tells people who you are. And with that, they can get a sense as far as if they're going to identify with you. Also, what's your history of your company? What have you been, how long you've been around? When did you start? What's been your different milestones and awards that you've won? Have those up there too. That gives them validity that they're in the right spot. Another one, as far as tell about your founder. And also, if you have team bios, make certain you can click on those so they can learn about your team. There's nothing worse than just having a bunch of pictures up there and say, look how many people we got, and you can't tell who they are, where they're from, what they do, or anything of that nature. That just shows me we guys just have a bunch of pictures up there. So again, this also helps them attract their own sphere to do business with you. Because if they want to talk to that one person and they can't get to it, that can be frustrating for them. Next part is your landing page. Now, this is probably the most important thing, and one that is probably one of the least things that a lot of luxury agents do. They have this great website where you can put all this information. It talks about them, what to do, but they don't give a way for the client that's online to reach out to them, to give them information, to give them a call. So have a place where there's contact information. It's a gathering page is what we call it. And when they put that information in, there should be some type of auto reply to show them that they're important, and it should automatically go to your CRM. If it's going just to a Google sheet and sitting there, everybody gets busy. And if you don't go check that Google sheet every day, then you don't know if you've got a response or not to respond to. So by going into your CRM, it's going to alert you because you're already looking at that every day. And if there's an auto reply, hey, we received your inquiry. Just want to let you know we're with clients right now. We'll be back with you shortly. It's very akin to going in to get waited on at a store and you see all these salespeople rushing around and nobody recognizes you. You feel like, shoot, I'm not getting any service here. I'm going to go someplace else. This way they know you're going to reach out to them, and it tells them as far as what those expectations are. Another one is have some type of system set up so your client is going to receive a call quickly. Now you're going to have the auto reply, which is probably going to be a text, email, some type of electronic version. It's going to be in your CRM, but it's so important that that client actually talks to a real person. Again, these are high net worth individuals, and they're not used to being just clumped into a bunch of automation. They want to have personalized service. They want to feel valued. And that's why you have to have some way so the system reaches out and you call that client. And it has to be done quickly. Another one is put down your testimonials and reviews on there. And this builds trust and credibility. And also put down any quotes that people have about you, any ratings, any video testimonials. Those are fantastic. And then also your positive customer experiences that you've done. If you've done something that was to overcome a issue that you had, put that down. It could be someone had a $3.5 million property that they were wanting to sell, and the market got really slow like it did now, but they wanted to upgrade to a $7 million property. And did you go back to the builder and said, tell you what, why don't you buy this asset? It's still worth $3.5 million, okay? And then you can sell the $7 million property and just put a renter into it until market change. Wouldn't that be great? And negotiate something like that. If you've done something like that, that's a problem solving for both people, so people win. But share those type of experiences so that they can really understand what you're going to do to help problem solving. The other thing is have contact and support, and they need to have multiple options here. For contact, yeah, they're going to have a contact form, have your email, of course, your phone number, and some type of responsive customer support. But what other options do they have? Do they have a mailing address? Or if they want to go by, they can do that. But these should be on there several times. If you have an automated version where they can go frequently ask questions, again, put that on there too. But those are all types of things that you want to make certain are on that luxury website. Other optional pages could be having a gallery or a portfolio of your listings, also a blog or a news section of what's going on in the neighborhood. Blogs are really easy right now with ChatGPT. You can just type in, says, hey, give me an article about the Brentwood scene as far as from living here, and have it come up that way. And then you can make some adjustments to kind of personalize it. The news section, again, there's so much news about our area in Nashville that it's real easy to find. Like if it's a top 10 list to live in, or most transferred people in, all those types of things you can find out, so you can share that in your news section. Also, you could have something where it's an exclusive membership, like join our elite diamond club. Okay, because that's going to make people think, well, what is that? You know, I want to hang out with individual. I want to feel special and included with that. So if they click on it and they're spending more time here, that's exactly what you want. And then have those lists of services that you're going to list out for that exclusive club that you may not have for some others. And it could be escorted showings when you list a property with us. It could be a broker open that you host. Those are all different types of things that you can put down for your exclusive membership. It could be that you'll do physical staging if it's over a certain price point. Those are all types of things that you want to put down for. So anything else you guys have questions on with luxury websites?
Would the websites that we have now with Place be considered luxury websites?
Mhm.
They would.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jeff Yarborough uses it. He's a top agent in Beverly Hills. Nicole Garrity, she uses it. Adam Dow, he uses it too.
Okay.
I mean, you can tailor them a little bit if you want. And then again, if you get a listing like we saw with Nicole Garrity's a couple weeks ago, where she actually had a website for that $49 million listing, where it was very nicely done. It was one page, but it had all 4 levels of it where you could see the floor plan of it and what it was. And then when you went to that level too, it was seamless. It didn't look like you changed pages at all. You could see all the pictures from that level too.
Nice.
Yeah. But those are kind of things that you want. Again, she was real easy to schedule showing. You just click a button, call me for information, just click a button. And you can enter your information here.
So she had the actual listing on her website.
No, she
No.
actually had a website for her
Oh,
listing,
okay.
but at the top, she had all the same menu items as what her website did too,
Oh, I see.
for buying, selling, but she used it for a draw to say, hey, check out my new listing, a $49 million townhome.
So you could go to her website and then click to get to the listing website. Am I understanding you correctly?
Mm-mm.
No.
Her listing was a separate website.
But
That's
you
what she
can
had.
click the listing website though
Go
and
to
get to
her
her
webpage.
website.
Okay. So the client would have to find the listing website first then.
Well, she would send it to them,
Okay.
okay? And she
Okay.
could do that through a QR code. But what it did was having that separate listing website is you could post that anywhere, just a QR code, they scan it, take it to you, and boom, all of a sudden you're at that listing website then.
Yeah, you can have that even like, well, yeah, I guess you wouldn't put it out in front of a $49 million listing, but.
They wouldn't put it out front, but what you can do is, I mean, you can send it to select people, you can also make a postcard, you can put it inside an envelope. And send it says, hey, check out my new listing, and maybe right for you.
What if you were putting an ad in a luxury magazine?
Mhm.
Could you put the QR code on that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Because the great thing about that is you always have to consider the mediums that you're using. Like if you're gonna send that in email, put the QR code on an email doesn't make sense. Because you gotta scan it with your phone if you're looking at it.
Yeah,
How do you scan it?
right.
But if it's in something printed like a postcard or a newsletter going out, that's a physical newsletter, that makes total sense. You just take your phone, scan it, then you're there. If you're sending out electronic, like an email, text, you just have a link and you click it, and it would take you to the website.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions or comments? I know these are really basic, but when you see websites that don't have these things,
All right.
you just shake your head and go, you know, why they even bother? And what they are is they're just bankrupt technologically bankrupt is what they are. Because they're saying, well, we're a luxury, but we haven't stayed up with technology.
Yeah.
People with high net worth individuals,
Yeah.
So we're not luxury, we're just trying to be.
what we used to be,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of like having the old,
we are no more.
we're a horse and buggy type thing, and everybody else is selling Lamborghinis, but we haven't graduated to the luxury. But check out all the cool little padded stuff and the buttons we've got, you know, our couches inside the carriage and stuff like that. So very, very different. And that's what people want to see. They want to see something that's is modern, is flashy on that, and it also works right. Because there's nothing worse than you pull up something on your phone and comes up really weird, or you pull it up on the computer, it comes up weird too.
yeah.
Or it's blurry, or, you know, you're looking at a picture that's this big and all of a sudden you look at another thing on the same slide and it's this big. And you have to scroll down or up to go to the next picture, go to the next slide.
No, your pictures better be fabulous for a
Mhm.
luxury listing.
Absolutely.
Not like horses, right?
This
Or
is a quick one. I don't want to show pictures of bad websites, but I want to mention what those are. So when you see them, you're gonna know what you're looking at them.